Hi, my name is Mark Medding. I'm the Eastern Regional Manager for Aviom, and I'm here at Northern Sound and Light, and we're doing a little presentation on A-16II Personal Monitor Mixers. Aviom's been a big player in creating the market for personal monitor mixers for the past 10 years. What I wanted to go over quickly is the overall functions of the mixer and how we actually are getting the audio to the mixer itself. We have set up here a set of tracks that are coming off of a DVD player, which is kind of emulating a mixing console, getting signal off, and we have a DVD that's playing in here that's going into our A-16II, which is right here. And we're taking analog audio, sending it into the A-16II, and we are converting it to digital, and then running that signal into our distribution hub, which is right here. And from the distribution hub, we're running signal and power to each of the mixers. So that's kind of that's the idea of what we're doing here. So we have 6 tracks that are playing, and I have literally have each one running into the back of the A-16II. You see the signal present there. So this gives the ability to be able to come over to one of these mixers and create a mix of some kind, okay? We have bass, vocal, drum, guitar, actually 2 guitar, and I think that's it. A total of 6 channels. So let's take a look at the mixer, okay? Now that we have the audio going in, you guys take a look at this here. We have, on these first 6 channels, you have the ability at this point to, if I'm the musician and I have these headphones on, or whatever I'm using, could be earbuds, could be headphones, I could power a powered speaker. I could send signal to a powered speaker. I could send the signal right off of the headphone out directly to an amplifier that is feeding a bank of wedges, or I could go directly out of this right into a powered speaker, so I could have complete control. Or, like we have here, we have headphones. So for recording facilities where everyone can use headphones, it's a perfect way to get audio to everybody. But that's not always the best way for live. So sometimes people will be utilizing earbuds, so I can come directly out of this also into a transmitter that could be feeding a set of earbuds that are in the musician's ears. So however we come out of this, the band is playing. I decide at some point that I'm listening to the drummer, and I need to turn the drummer up, or in most cases down. Being a drummer, I can say that. Maybe I would like to hear more of the vocalist. But what I do, the most important thing, is that each one of these mixers that are here, say that each one of these are representing a band member. What I do on my mixer has no effect on anybody else's, okay? So that's the whole idea behind a personal monitor mixer. What I do here on my 16 channels has no effect on anybody else in the band. Okay, so I can create my own mix. I can, once I get a mix to where I want it to be, I can actually come over here, hold these 2 buttons down, and I can save it. Once I get into, I come back, maybe that was song 1, and I want to create a mix for all 16 of my songs, or whatever the case may be for rehearsal purposes. Whenever I put this away, turn it off, I come back, all of my mixes are still present at the mixer. So I can come back at some point and I can go, okay, I want to start song 1. I hit recall 1, I go right back to where I started on that preset. Say I get into it, I'm creating a mix in preset 1, and for some reason I can't get it right. I tank it. It's a mess. I can go, all right, wait, I want to start over. Go right back to recall 1. As long as I didn't make any saves during that process, I go right back to where I started, okay, which is a good thing. All right, it saves everything. You don't have to worry about it. Maybe there's something going on within the mix that sounds funny, and you're trying to locate it. If I want to solo a channel, I hit solo, and boom. All I'm hearing at that point is that particular channel that I just selected, right? Go right through the board, doesn't matter. If I wanted to mute a particular channel, maybe there's something coming from the console, there's a feedback or something, and you've identified it on one of the channels, you can come over here and you can mute that channel out so you're not listening to it until they fix it. And then you can come back. When you want to hear it, you just hit the button, everything comes back on. Okay? So here is your panning capability. So if I want to hear, if I have a keyboard player and I have a stereo, I have 2 channels, I can create a panning so I can have their left and the right in imaging in my ear so that you can hear it appropriately, right? If I wanted to group, say I wanted to group the bass and the drum together, right? I go over here to group. I hit here, and I double tap what channels I want to group, right? Boom. Now, all 3 of those channels, if you see, whenever I hit any one of them, all 3 will come up, or however many channels I decided to group. So you could, you know, maybe you got some backup singers that are on individual channels. So instead of hitting each one to turn them up or down, you can group the maybe 3 backup singers. So let's say we have them on channels 14, 15, and 16, right? Come over here. I'm gonna ungroup these, okay? And all I got to do there is double tap, and now they're all off, right? Okay. So now I want to group these. I come to group, double tap, double tap, double tap, hit group one more time, and I just grouped my backup singers on channels 14, 15, and 16. Okay, so now I'm in the middle of my mix. I'm going, oh my God, this is like one of those songs. I really need to hear them. Come over here, click on that. All 3 of them are now present. So whatever I do here is going to, oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry, I'm panning over here. Whatever I do here on the volume control is raising all 3 up and down because I've grouped them, okay? So you guys get that, right? Pretty easy. When you want to ungroup them, you just double tap and you're good to go. It's that simple, right? We have a very elaborate EQ here, bass treble. Okay, so you want to hear a little more bass in the total mix, right? For the whole mixer. These controls here are controlling the whole mixer. Okay, so here's a master volume. If I just want the whole mixer, everybody to come up, I just turn this up. If I want to bring everybody down for a second, I just turn it down. If I want to hear more bass out of the total mix, I just turn it up or down. Same thing with treble. It's a very, very straightforward system. How I'm getting power to each of these, as I illustrated earlier, is by utilizing the A-16II Pro. Okay, basically, if I unplug this guy here, I turn the power off to this particular mixer. Okay, so I want to just the D Pro enables me to can you plug that in for me? Thanks. Enables me to send signal and power. Now, if you didn't want to utilize the D Pro and you just wanted to use come directly off of the A-16II and bypass the D Pro and daisy chain your mixers around the stage, you can do that, except for here you would have to locally power each mixer along the way. So we have signal comes in from the A-16II. I would have to locally power here, and I would basically be taking my signal from the in and then it's paralleled here at the out, and I would go into my next mixer, in, out to the next mixer, and keep on going around a facility, okay? Because ANET operates in such low latency, you can run 1,000 mixers if you wanted to, and not have any issue with any latency of any kind. Okay, the latency is that low. And the signal is whatever you put into it, you're going to get out of it. All right, there's no coloring of the signal, there's no coloring of the audio. And that's, I think, about it. Thank you.